Welcome, welcome, welcome. High Confessions 369 Celeste T here. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for checking us out. If you feel you like the content, go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And let's get going. I'm going to let the panel introduce themselves and we're going to go ahead and start reacting to these TikTok videos.
BBOSI, Big Volt.
New Nina Rice, check me out on Facebook. I'm a content creator.
Kev Chambers.
Yeah, so let's go.
It is true that women do give you a lot of chances. True. If she really, really like you or got love for you, she'll give you a lot of chances. But when she decides that it's over, that she done, that she's checked out, you ain't met a person more ruthless in this world. I swear. She'll go from treating you like my soulmate to a stranger on the street that she's never met in her life before. All that access you had before, gone. All that, texting back real quick paragraphs and pictures and all of that, turning to left on red. All of that, all right, I'm gonna pull up, turn into I'm busy. You understand? Like, see you out, you go in for a hug, she'll stop you and give you a handshake. Like, women are diabolical, bro, when it comes to, okay, I'm done. I'm checked out of this. I done gave you 7 chances. You failed me every time. I'm done. I'm checked out. Once she gets to that point.
She been left emotionally.
Yeah, then that's on you. If you got her to the point you need to check out, so be it. That's your dumb and cold. You know better.
I wouldn't call it diabolical. I'll call it her choice if she just do that, because motherfuckers could do you dirty. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've been dirty I got dirty like that. I went through that, yo.
Who would she just act like she ain't know you?
Yo, still staying in the same crib, yo. Damn.
Is it true that white people need us to survive?
Hell yeah. Without melanin, they can't survive. Matter of fact, if you look at the statistics, white people are dying right now. Mm-hmm. They are dying more than they're repopulating. Mm-hmm. And that's why so many black people are coming up missing. Notice they're getting all of these different type of melanin shots inside of them. They're trying to deal with the sun more right now with all of these heat rays and how the sun is heating up and all of the ultraviolet, infrared rays is coming from the sun. Man, white people are dying globally from skin cancer. The sun is beating they ass. I mean, literally especially in Israel. Look up the sun cancer epidemic in Israel. Man, the sun is whooping they ass.
I know that.
But they need melanin for the sun can charge them and make them supernatural like it does us. We are supernatural people. We are an eternal people. We really is. We are a reflection of God itself. And we can prove this through biology.
I have no comment.
Crazy.
They can't handle the sun. They just can't handle the sun. I don't know what else to say about it.
Right.
But yeah, they do, a lot of black people do come up missing. You know what I mean? Organs missing. You know what I mean? They use us for a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? That we don't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
this color in her skin, yo, it's like 35,000 a gram.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? They make weapons out of our shit. You know what I mean? Medicine too. You know what I mean? They make it. You know, think about it. What they did to Nat Turner when they skinned them, made them in the boots, and
they ate him.
They ate them too. You know, it wasn't just for it was more than just to make motherfuckers scared. You know what I mean? It showed that they was better than them or whatnot. It was for some.
Right. They wanted to feel like they were strong like him, like he had like some superpower or something like that. They wanted to eat him. They wanted his abilities.
Let's go to the other strategy that they did on the power tip is when people go around and sagging their pants, they call it bucking. So they took the stronger male out of the family, had him sagging his pants, but when he sagged his pants, they did something to him. They abused him.
Right.
Yeah.
Sick, man.
Hey, look, they still buck breaking motherfuckers in the industry now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
True.
What field they is, they're like they all.
That's another word of being Diddy.
Yeah.
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 That's
I mean, you got Diddy. There's people that got Diddy.
Hey, look, they took Diddy Kong out of the new Mario game because of that nigga.
But honestly, since y'all brought it up, y'all think Diddy gonna do time for that, or they gonna let him go for his freaky behavior?
Not any more time than he's done already. I don't think. I think he gonna get off because they already
Yeah.
dropped a lot of the charges. The main ones that would have kept him behind bars for longer, the longest.
Right.
Yeah, they might.
I see a repeat of an R. Kelly or Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I can see
You know
that.
what I mean? He definitely gonna do at least 6, maybe 8 years.
Mm.
Right.
How many years did Ja Rule do?
Ja Rule.
Oh, I was supposed to say who?
Ja Rule.
Yeah. Did Ja Rule do some time though?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't know if he
No,
did.
no,
he
he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't.
If it
I'm
was, it
thinking of
was
somebody else.
I know it was Mystical. I know Mystical did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mystical did like 7, and then he came back, outdid the same shit, and went back in.
Right. But we
True.
know what it really was.
I don't know. Yeah, you gotta relook at all that shit. You know.
Mhm.
You know. But
But yeah. I see a repeat of the R. Kelly thing.
Welcome, Funky Bottoms.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Hey, welcome.
Oh, hey, peace and love, all y'all. I heard somebody say something about Mystical. What did I miss? I love y'all, and I want to be all about what y'all talking about.
yeah, this we talk about. He got locked up. It ain't funny. We can talk about it funny, man. It was that he just got brought up. You know, 'cause we was talking about somebody. You know what I mean? R. Kelly and some other niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
About
man.
people people getting Diddy. A lot of people got Diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's entirely true. It is funny that I heard Mystical when I was trying to hop in because he was one of them dudes that I thought was dope. And then when I started seeing what was going on with him legally, I'm like, yo, the first time you get accused of something, I can believe that if you're famous, there's chicks out there that are trying to mess up dudes' reputations and everything else. But then you get accused for it a second time, and then you go to jail and do a bunch of time. Then you come out and like a whole bunch of Atlanta rappers are supporting you, putting you on these songs. Then you go to jail for the third time for the same thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Niggas never learn.
Right.
I'm like, my dude. I'm like, yo, like you just messed up my teenage years because I looked at you as one. I looked at you as original. I looked at you as like one of the dopest hip hop artists ever because you was original. Oh man, when you dropped "Shake Your Ass," watch yourself. I was like, here he comes because before he even did his solo thing like that and blew up, I was a fan of his before that.
That's what's up.
But he's a rapist.
Man, he's
And we're
not
not
a
gonna
big fan.
sugarcoat it. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. He's a rapist. The first time he went to jail for rape, I was like, here we go. Chicks trying to put brothers there trying to blow up away in jail. Then he comes back out, does it again in the same hotel.
That's crazy.
I'm like, dude,
Can't nobody be that stupid, yo.
What
Can't nobody be that stupid, yo.
about R. Kelly?
Yo, yes, no, listen.
Got away with it.
No, man, R. Kelly got set up, yo. R. Kelly got set up too.
Yo, there's a video out where
Wait,
people
no,
talking about that.
Yo, check this out, right?
I might have
Listen,
it.
listen. Kelly, right? Let's get to it. He didn't pull a Mystical. He didn't pull a Tupac neither.
What Tupac did?
Tupac did.
He
Yo, we
had,
should
he's
go to the
being
next
charged
video because
already.
we're not getting on Tupac tonight. Not tonight. Let's go on and go to
All
the
right.
next video.
I'll save it.
There we go.
I'm
Is it
sorry.
true
Let's
that
get
white
those
people need
likes.
us to survive?
Hell yeah, without melanin, they can't survive. Matter of fact,
My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah. My life be like times like these that make me say, yeah.
I ain't getting the video.
My life be like leaving bread and I'm straight, yeah. I'm sacrificing the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just some Vegas shit. Sometimes I like to put in some Vegas stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talk about Vegas not safe, but you know what? Vegas is completely safe. We just have people out here doing like wild out stuff.
That's everywhere at this point. Niggas
Exactly.
doing it everywhere.
I wonder where he was running to though. Something looked like a lot of desert in the highway.
I mean, he was running to nowhere to me. Like,
It's a jungle out there, yeah.
yeah.
The jungle.
We go to this next one.
Man, they got cameras everywhere. I bet you didn't even know this. Check out these cameras that they got right here. And you probably done seen this and probably didn't even put two and two together.
Flock cameras are the main thing that law enforcement uses now to catch criminals. That's what it is. As clear as I can say it. What we'll do is I'll put a picture of a flock camera on this so that you'll see it. But they're everywhere. Once you see this thing, you're going to realize that you see them everywhere. It is a camera that is positioned to capture your license. That's what a flock camera is. But these cameras capture more than your license. They can capture the interior of your vehicle as you drive by these cameras, especially the positioning of the camera. And it's legal. And so what happens is this camera captures your tag. And when it captures your tag, it's able to detect where your vehicle has been anywhere in the United States where there are flock cameras. If you're in Georgia and you travel to New York, every time your vehicle tag gets captured by a flock camera, it is entered into a database and they are able to track it.
Okay, that's a given.
Yeah, that's just more. They just people tracking people.
I already know what I'm gonna say about that.
You know, like mice and
Right. What happened to Cav?
age. I don't know.
And I'm gonna say, I know people be, freaked out that they track people and all this stuff, but sometimes some people need to be tracked.
It
Shoot,
just
that's
depends
all
on for what reason. You know what I mean? It just depends on for what reason. If the motherfucker ain't doing shit, they ain't got no right tracking the motherfucker. If a nigga ain't doing nothing,
You
that
don't
just
know.
mean that they gonna set the nigga up. They got the opportunity whenever the fuck they want to. They got too much power. That's too much
But don't
power.
they do that anyway?
Yeah, they do it anyway, in other ways anyway. So you know what I mean? So yeah, but that's just another layer of the shit.
If like for instance, there's somebody on the run because they done took a kid or something, and that's an easy way to find them.
It seems like they don't be looking for them niggas though.
Right. Let me not get on all the people that's missing.
They need to be tracked and caught.
Yeah, but they don't do that. They don't track the regular the niggas they need to track. They just, you know what I mean? That was the case. You'll be thinking all the motherfuckers that ever did a crime will be put up fast. You know what I mean? They know what happened because they got all of this and all of that. You know what I mean? They acting like
they ain't gonna
mystery bones. They don't know what happened with all these mystery human bones in the desert. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of bodies.
they got part in it, yo. They got part in it, so they ain't gonna get the ones that's really into it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, looking at the room, that clip made me think about something that we knew about when we was teenagers and we heard about it, and it's from the Bible. And I'm not even religious, but I'm clocking it. It's all the
You going in and out, bro.
Oh
I'll
shit!
tell you before you. Yeah, you got scripture on that?
Wait. Are you?
Hey, Funky Bottoms, you going in and out.
Yo, the jam lady of my life on Thriller is the tightest jam ever.
The what? Nigga, kind of hear me.
Well, we
Can
can
you
go
guys
to
hear
the
me?
next. Okay, yeah, we can hear you a little bit. You may have to just like,
How about now?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'll make it quick. Okay.
Okay.
The last video that you played had me thinking a lot about what we learned about as far as the mark of the beast is concerned. You see, the reason why, whenever you go do anything like get a job or get a car, anything like that, they need your race, your social security number, your address, and all of these things, because what they're doing is trying to bring you back to a barcode. So soon, what's going to end up happening is when you go to get groceries at the store, you know, you just scan your wrist or your forehead. In the Bible, it says your forehead or the back of your neck, and your where you live at, who you are, what your race is, all that shit is just scanned immediately in one thing. And that's how they also came up with the idea for credit cards. So they said, let's do the credit card thing first before we mark people and just scan them. So like, let's say you're driving in your car in like 2026, and instead of being asked for your driver's license, they're just gonna scan you. Like what you see at the grocery store, they're just gonna scan you and know everything that you did, everywhere you've been, everything you're doing, who the car belongs to, all that shit.
Yeah, they already got that implemented in China and some other countries.
Yeah, they already implemented that. So like, what next?
Is it a bad
Yeah,
thing if it brings down crime?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah, that's a bad thing
in
because
China they have it already. They give them like points and stuff to where they can control everything they do. Like they can make it where they can't shop, they can't stuff, all that kind of stuff.
they're gonna manipulate what crime is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just giving them up.
no. The funniest is though. The funniest is that the true Israel, they're the ones that's gonna be protected from that, yo. You know what I mean? I'm just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the market of beasts, or whatever, the market of beasts is for is with the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and everybody that's going through right now. The minorities is what they're going through right now. That's their market of beasts. You know what I mean? There's no other places that's really going to what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Going through what they're going through.
Well, the
So
Israelites.
yeah. I mean, yeah, and we all know if you go to Deuteronomy, we all know who's the ones that's going through it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but it's the end result
but
that we need to be concerned about, because it also says that, like, like when I was, especially when I was in Philly, and you got the Israelites in the purple t-shirts, quoting the Bible with the microphones, cussing people out and all that. I was walking by and I I studied this. Like I went to school for anthropology, so I studied all world religions, all of them. And so they come up to me and they're like, "Hey, my brother, do you know who you are?" I said, "I know exactly who I am. And if you want to talk to me about the Israelites and quote the Bible, that is not a good idea right now. Because if my memory serves me correctly, in the Bible, by the way, there are 7. Just in case you're talking to somebody and they say the Bible says something, stop them right there and be like, yo, which one you talking about? There are 7 and they're not all the same. But in the King James Bible, it says something about God saying the Israelites are going to pay for what they did to the children of Egypt, and they're evil. And beware of false prophets. And beware of false prophets. I am the one and only God, and there's going to, after the turn of the century, the year 2000, after the year 2000, there's going to be a whole bunch of people, false prophets, claiming that they're God and claiming that they are speaking my word.
Wait. Well, you said the Israelites are going to pay for what they did to the Egyptians.
Yo, you can Google it right now. They said it actually says in the Bible that the Israelites are evil, and they're not part of the
Wait. What? How would it?
144,000.
Why would he say? Why would he say that he is evil when Romans 13 it says Jacob that I love, but Esau is who I hated. Jacob is who
That
changed his name. God changed his name to Israel. So
no,
why
but
would he say
that has
that? Why
nothing
would
to
he
do
say this is who I love? Didn't know. Wait, we ain't supposed to be.
because no,
We're not.
just you're right.
We're not
Check it
supposed
out.
to be on
I'm gonna
this
tell you. I'm
subject
gonna tell
right
you.
now.
Exactly. We're
Is
not
No,
there?
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
tell
Is
be
you.
there? Is
on
there
this
another?
subject.
Is there
You're right,
another video?
Kev.
Because
We need to move
I'm
on
not
to
going
the
to
next
go. I'm not going to
video.
go there.
Right. That's why we need to
The,
move
No,
on to the
the
next
Israelites.
video.
The Israelites was
You know what
never
China
bad.
does? China does not promote anything that shows a negative image at all about China, Chinese men, Chinese women, Chinese children, nothing. They don't even allow it to go up on the internet. Some people are like, oh, that's not fair, that's not this. Sorry to tell you. But what the hell
This is
has an
glitching.
overwhelming amount of negative information about our people and people in general done for us? What has it done? You just pump negative, 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 negative. What you gonna get? Negative. Try 1 week of just seeing nothing but positive and watch your emotion change, your mindset change, your energy change. Seriously though, that's one thing I can respect about certain nations. They don't even let you see no negative about their nation. Some people can say, well, I don't like that. Okay, I understand. But to be very honest with you, when it comes to the morality of certain nations, the health of certain nations, the overall survival potential, they completely outshine the United States. The average 5-year-old in China runs circles around the average 15-year-old in America. And I'm not promoting China. I'm being very honest about how this goes. Same thing with India, same thing with a lot of nations because of what they prioritize. They prioritize health, they prioritize self-respect, family, they prioritize economics, intellectual behavior. They promote that, building. Again, the question that people should ask right now is how are other nations looking at us right now?
They laugh.
They laughing extremely hard.
They laugh.
See, the U.S. government doesn't represent us, obviously, but to other nations, they do. That's why the U.S. government is not taken serious by virtually anybody. Then that means the U.S. ability to force a person to do something goes down. So America brags about its military because it doesn't have the money influence like it used to. So now they're going to try to use the military to try to punk people. But China is the largest right now. China has over 2 million active.
It's glitching.
The US has roughly 1.5, 1.7 million. Oh yeah, got drones, got all kinds of stuff. Well, China got some too. See, the point is, this is where it's going. Problem is, again, we are the ones left in the balance between what these governments are doing. We have too much of a belief in a system that has no belief in us. I do not trust it. The only thing that I trust is that we as a people can come together and build, continue to build, because we're doing a lot of it, and we should continue to build more and create our own solutions. Because what these bastards are doing in this satanic system, bro, not one of our votes will change what they're doing. It's our collective unity and pulling away from the system, putting that pressure on them like that. Okay, that will change it, but not just some damn vote. That's not how this goes.
I can't wait.
America prioritize entertainment. You know what I mean? You know, they don't prioritize education. They don't want people to be educated about shit. They want people to work. You know, they don't want people to think. They want people to want to survive.
I agree.
I'm having a lot of glitches.
Definitely.
Can you hear me? I'm having a lot of glitches. Like I'm not liking it.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you clearly, love. I'm trying to stay still because I was wondering, because I'm where I'm at right now. There's a lot of different areas where the signal is good and the signal is not. So once I found a good one, I stayed still.
Right. Are you guys able to see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
I can see you.
Yeah, I
Why
can see
can't
you clearly.
see Kev?
I can see him. You can hear us, Kev? Well,
Yo, Kev, can you hear us?
he froze.
I can't see Kev or Funky Bottoms.
Yeah, Funky Bottoms, I can see him. He right there. Can you hear him?
Okay, Kev back in.
I'm right here.
All right.
Can we see Kev?
Yeah, he here.
Yo.
Oh, I can hear Kev. Can y'all hear Kev?
Yeah, I can hear all y'all.
Yeah.
I hear everybody, even though my mic was off.
I'm gonna stay still, so like my signal doesn't get messed up because it's looking good right now.
Right. You know, I didn't even check to see if I was on Wi-Fi. Is it better to be on Wi-Fi?
I think
No,
so. I would.
I don't know because I mean I can see all 5 of y'all and I can hear you guys too.
Okay, that's good.
I'm not. Can y'all hear me?
My last beer is warm, yo.
Tragic.
Oh, sorry about that. Let's go. Let's continue on to the next video.
All right, let me help you out here. This is an old man talking, right? A lot of you guys don't understand this. When you put on a back patch on a motorcycle club, eventually, sooner or later, especially if you don't have a support patch on, sooner or later, your motorcycle club is going to be tested. It's going to be tested most likely by a 1% motorcycle club somewhere. And when you fall into that test and you go run into the 1%ers, or some of you guys have problems on the inside of your club, internal problems, and you go run and tell the 1%er, maybe the one that blessed you, that you got this problem and you want them to solve it. And I'm just going to promise you one thing. They don't want to have anything to do with your damn problems. But if you take your problems to them, you're not going to like how they solve them. You're just not. Because they're never going to solve your problem in the best interest of your motorcycle club. They're going to solve your problem in the best interest of them. And so, like in a situation where you're trying to get respite, you're trying to get some kind of, you got a 1%er motorcycle club pushing down on you hard. So you go running to another one for some help. Look, bro, when people see that you can't stand up like a man, it's going to be interesting that you'll run into the same problems with the 1%er club you're running into for help as the one you're running away from. At some point, you got to stand up like a man and handle your business, or you're just not going to like the solution they come up with. For motorcycle clubs, 1% motorcycle clubs are like predators. They're like sharks when they smell blood in the water. And for them, blood in the water is weakness in your MC. And when they see your MC is weak, you're not going to like the answers they come up with. The answers to solve your problems as a grown man. So you don't want to act like a grown man. They will damn sure treat you like a child. Solve your problems within your MC.
Yeah, that movie video was 3 minutes, but other thing you could take what he's saying as just, you know, even if you ain't.
Yeah, I put that up there just for FYI. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff be going out here on the motorcycle set, and people need to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for these motorcyclists out here riding around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Can I share?
Are happening out here. I don't want to get too much into the motorcycle culture, on
Yeah.
this platform. I just wanted to put it out there that a lot of people do messed up stuff in one crew, leave to go to another crew. It doesn't work like that. You know,
Can
stand
I
10
share?
toes down.
Can I? Amen. Can I share with the panel what my experience was when a motorcycle club had me hanging with them for a second?
Okay.
Go ahead. You might have to
Um,
stop
I
moving
ne-
around so
I
we can
never.
hear you.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I never been part of like a motorcycle club or anything like that, but I hung out with a lot of them, and they kept trying to like recruit me, but there was too many there was too many spaces, there was too many flaws, there was too many things that I peeped that were like I couldn't fully devote myself
Yeah, that's understandable.
because listen, when I met them, I was like, yo, I get to go to the bar for free. I can I could just point at a girl and she got to come over here and rub my back. This is amazing. And then I started seeing it wasn't even the outside world, it was how much they was turning their backs on each other.
Yeah, exactly. And just like she said, you can't go expecting that you're just gonna run to somebody to fix your problem. Either you just gotta
Yeah. Like it was crazy because it was all fun and games in the beginning. And then like I was noticing they're like, yo, Chris, let's go. And I'm like, all right, before we go anywhere, what's going on? And every story that I got was somebody inside the club infiltrating the club. I'm like, so let me get this straight. Y'all don't even trust each other, but you want me to devote my life to this shit?
exactly.
And I'm the newest nigga. So like if the walls really close in and it's time to like, cut the grass, y'all, whether I did anything or not, y'all gonna throw me under the bus because all y'all was cool with each other before I came here. So I went from getting, free alcohol, free weed, free things at the bar to like, yo, nah, I'm paying for my drink. Like you're not gonna put me in your pocket. And on top of that, the biggest motorcycle gangs in this country
Let's use
got
the
taken
word
down by the
club.
feds. Some of the
Let's use the word club.
okay, the biggest I got you. The biggest clubs that like the biggest clubs in this country in America that we all heard about even when we was little, what happened to them is that they had somebody that was either a federal agent or working for the feds that was at the round table.
Yeah.
Like they was a boss.
Look, I have no
And that's
comment.
how that's how clubs got taken down. I remember being little and my mom's was like cool with one of these cats and like I was getting toys and I was getting free food at places and it was like because I was with this dude, like everything was like free and stuff. Next thing I know, they all go to jail. And
Mm.
I didn't understand what was going on. And then I get locked up. I find out some things there. I come out and none of the dudes that I knew were even still there, except one person.
That's what's up. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the that's crazy, but I have some stories too, but we're gonna do that on another
Another
Exactly. That I have to tread lightly. So
got a message for black folks real
we're
quick?
gonna go ahead and
If y'all don't want us to say the N-word, can you stop making it the best part of the fucking song?
Damn.
Let me just think. Stop saying the N word. Can you stop making it the best part of the song?
No.
I personally, I say everybody on this panel ignore that.
Exactly. That was AI.
What was that?
you know I gotta keep throwing some
It was
Vegas
hard
shit
for
in
me.
there. Like I gotta
It
keep
was
throwing some
hard for me.
Vegas stuff.
It was a crash.
It was
It
a
was
crash.
hard for me to
And you
read.
know
I
what?
didn't know.
You know why I wanted to talk about this video? Because I bet you they had California license plates. I hope they didn't. I hope
Oh,
they
here we
didn't.
go.
But all the crashes in Vegas, yo, been like out of towners.
Vegas
That's
always
crazy.
was always at the bottom of the list when it comes to driving. With motherfucking
Yeah.
driving. It was always, I mean, niggas always came from California to Vegas though. You know what I mean? Driving from there.
Yeah.
But Vegas,
Well,
them niggas,
I'm new to the West Coast.
That's one hot.
people be
Yo,
rushing.
what you just said,
What
was so real and valid. It got my whole wheels turning. Like
Right. Hold
I
on real
lived in,
quick.
I
Funky Bottoms, before you get into that, I want to remind everybody that, we're going to give everybody 2 minutes to, do whatever, say whatever on the comments. We're not going to cut no one off. We're going to respect everyone's, opinion so we can
Yeah,
get
yo,
to these videos.
by the way, my brother, by the way, my brother, I didn't mean to interrupt you while you was making your point. I didn't mean that.
It's cool.
I didn't mean that. He was talking and I interrupted, and I want everybody to know that's not what type of time I'm on. I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother.
Oh, it's okay. It's your turn.
It wasn't my intention. I got excited.
I know it be like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be passionate
Yeah, but
about
I want my
certain
people
things
to.
that we're talking about.
Yeah, but I want everybody on this. But I want everybody in this panel to know that, like, I know how hard. I see what the world's trying to do to us because we're beautiful, and even though you guys might be in other states and stuff like that, I want you to know that my name is Christopher Brooks, yo, and I love y'all and I care about y'all, and I didn't mean to interrupt anybody while they was talking. That's not what I'm doing here.
It's cool.
Flat out.
Okay, let's jump into the next video.
Well, Chris, can I say something real quick with Chris? You know that all of us are not beautiful, man.
I think he means.
You said you're not what?
No, I'm meaning, all right. So let me rephrase that. Everyone is not beautiful.
I agree, but I think everybody here is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I know who brought us together. And if I interrupted you, my brother, you too included, man. You was trying to get your point off, what's up, man? If you trying to get your point off and I interrupted you, I sincerely apologize. It's not my intention, and I think I'm gonna go to a place where it's like, if you guys would like to hear my opinion on a particular topic or something like that, let a brother know, because everybody on this panel so far, y'all been talking the truth, and I got excited. Y'all been speaking the truth, and I'm coming every time. I'm coming every time. It feels so good to know that I got some of my people that are awake like I had my own ideas on some of the videos, but everything that you guys said, even Shorty over there, sitting over there, right there. Yo, y'all been speaking the truth the whole time.
Vegas heat is no joke.
was parked there for so long. The fucking tire tread is fucking in the damn asphalt. That is fucking crazy. Holy shit.
Yes, it's really no joke. You got to make sure everybody is hydrated. So
Is that hot out there right now? I know.
I'm in Vegas. I'm in Vegas.
yeah,
Damn.
Shit melting the tire.
here, even in Pennsylvania, you know, we usually don't get too high, but we've been almost hitting 100 every day this week. So,
They got a heat wave on the East Coast.
yeah, everybody.
Ever since Trump got in office, yo, he been messing with that machine, yo.
Somebody
It been raining, it been raining ever since he got in office. It been raining out here damn near every day.
And the way it came today, it was that suddenly. I was driving, then it just started raining hard. You know what I mean?
Wait,
out of nowhere.
It started raining in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it's been
In Pittsburgh?
It'll be really high, like almost 100 degrees, and then nowhere it'll start pouring down
It's probably raining.
Out of nowhere.
out of nowhere.
Really?
Yo, couldn't even see, yo. I was
it was hard.
I was coming from Olympia. I was like, oh my goodness, yo.
I was going to Pitcairn. You know what I mean? We was coming back
And
from
so, gentlemen, it started like downpouring out the blue.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Oh, that is not good.
And it'd be frantic too. It'd be frantic.
Yo, I was just looking for the little white lines, yo. I was like, yo, where's the little white lines? I was following them, yo.
That's around first trying to see the road.
Like, I was trying to make
Yo,
sure
it was floods and everything.
Yo, I'll do anything if it rained right now.
Really feel like
It's so hot out here.
It
Yo.
don't be raining out there. It ain't raining out there yet.
Yo, my brothers, let me put you on this up, okay?
Oh, that's fucked up. Hell, but
Yo, listen. Yeah, but when it hailed, it just hailed. Like it was like no
Damn.
precipitation. There was no
It came
precipitation. It was just like
And then it's
like the sun is at the center of the sky, it's completely shining, and then softballs started coming down and it stopped. So I go and do some research, and I'm like, wait a second, it's not supposed to hail or rain in the desert.
That's out of nowhere.
well, unless it's monsoon season.
And then I'm talking about people on the East Coast. Yo, that is wild.
Yeah, we got nothing but
Okay.
rain.
Yeah, nonstop.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, I'm a business owner, and that's messed up.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's messed up. People work hard to open up their businesses and stuff like that, and then you run out.
After COVID.
Yeah, that's fucked
Man.
up. I would have charged their ass to fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gonna
Don't apologize now. You knew what you was doing was wrong, and if you ain't get caught, you wouldn't be sorry.
That part.
Yo, I'd have stopped this. I'm not a bully, but I'd have stopped this. He done got Mike Tyson.
Hey, if you notice,
Is that at a Walmart?
it probably is. If you notice, the nigga in the blue, the black girl was
Of course,
helping,
it's a Walmart.
the nigga in the blue pushed her out the way to not help. He pushed her out the way to not hit the nigga. You know what I mean?
Made me want to run it back. Like,
He ain't do shit.
girls are helping
Mike Tyson.
for the
Mike
men. What's
Tyson
going
punch
on?
out. Mike Tyson punch out.
Yeah.
I wish everybody can handle their beats and stuff like that with boxing gloves and stuff like that instead of going to the extreme. You feel me? Like that right there. People need to use their words because somebody get me like that. Oh, everybody in there fighting. Everybody getting it.
Yeah, that motherfucker get stumped out.
I wish I was dude who was that close to him. I wish I was dude who was that close to him.
That nigga pushed the girl out the way for just to not help. You know what I mean? He pushed the black girl out the way just so he can't help. He was like, move. And then he just didn't do help. Nigga, it looked like he helped the white dude up. Like,
I agree. I agree. The saddest thing that I saw in the whole entire video is that somebody decided to pull their phone out and film it instead of instead of helping the situation.
because it's entertainment to
Nothing they
niggas.
could do about it. That shit, it was already once people were fighting, it's like, what you going to do besides get hurt too?
That's entertainment to people. People.
That's true. That's true.
sympathize with motherfuckers. They look at life like a reality television show. They got primed to look at other motherfuckers' issues and problems like a fucking entertainment. You know what I mean?
Things are getting bad.
You know what I mean?
Things are getting so bad, guys. Things are getting so bad, yo. It's like all we need is each other. Like, what is the problem? All we need is each other. Like,
the problem
why?
We be a bunch of broken motherfuckers. People need to heal. You know what I mean? People all need to
Yeah,
heal.
listen, I know what you mean, my brother. I swear to God, I know what you mean. I'm telling you right now, I'm a broken man, and I've been through hell. But the things that I've been through still doesn't make me feel okay with the way we treating each other.
Two people
I
have.
don't want anybody else.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, look. I don't want anybody to even see what I've seen or go through what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna like show my people that they don't have to go through the things that I've been through. But I have these days, like especially like that video that we just saw, where I feel like I can't even do nothing about that. Like you said, like motherfuckers get to fighting, you guys just play the back and shit. And it's like, yeah, like it's like, you know, if my wife if my wife is banging out in Walmart, of course I'm gonna be a part of it because I made an oath to that woman. I told her that I'm going to protect her. But if it's some people that I don't know, it's like I'm gonna just stand back. Like, damn, like I don't know, maybe exit's free. Maybe I can just walk out. Maybe I could. Maybe it's just we need each other.
Principles that niggas should abide by. You know what I mean?
People,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing is, they took shit away from us.
Yo.
You know?
Yeah.
What?
No, Nina. What you have to say, sis?
I just want to say, like how you said you're broken, but you wouldn't, just be out here acting crazy. That's because we have we're not rooted in pride. You know what I'm saying? If you're broken and you're prideful, then of course you're going to take everything to the next level because you got to prove, you know what I'm saying, something to the next person.
Yes.
That's
But
why when people broke.
But I'm not on that. I'm not joining the circus.
Right. What up, Devo? You outside?
You said what? What happened?
I said what you were saying?
that they took a lot of stuff from us and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna go to the next.
Yeah.
I think the economy would look in America if all the black people just say, you know what, we out.
Why
We
do you
got a
think they
country.
stopping? Your president just banned 12 countries about to ban, he said 25 more. And like as I told you, all of them are brown countries. Ghana was on that list.
I
So
saw
they
that.
already seen the exodus of black people getting more passports, getting more documentation for countries. They don't want your money leaving here. So now they about to play more games with us. You see what I'm saying as far as travel? They know what would happen. Now you got, because when I go over there, or I'm dealing with companies, they want us to come over there because we already know the game they playing. So they're getting educated off of black Americans about the games that's being
You
played.
think that the American economy will collapse?
Negro in the damn ground. And then not only that, which is sad to say, you got a lot of white people who are bigoted and racist. They're going to turn on their own white people because they need somebody to hate. And they are going to annihilate the other white people who still here with them. They need somebody. Think about the Civil War. They was fighting each other.
Probably the poor whites. They're
Yeah,
probably
they're
gonna
going to annihilate. They're going to be the poor white people that annihilate the other ones because they're the ones that ain't got nothing.
True,
But
because
they
it's
gon-
more
they ain't
poor
got
than it's
nobody
wealthy.
else to hate. If you don't have nobody else to hate here, and that's your culture, that's part of your culture, what you going to do? You about to eat each other alive.
You know, they got a lot of black people pushing this escapism. I'm not running from shit. You know what I mean? This our shit over here. It's the old, and it's older than, you know, fucking Africa. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They don't want to tell motherfuckers that. You know what I mean?
Well, the cold hard truth.
That's what they want. They want motherfuckers to give up their land, and people are living in fear, and they rooted in fear, and that's what they want motherfuckers to be, because what you think is going to manifest on in this realm. You know what I mean? So yeah, they can keep pushing that fear, and I'm going to not give a fuck about the fear that they push, because it's paid.
I can dig it. They also don't want to hear the cold, hard truth that black people are not from Africa. And Africans know that. That's why, as you was growing up, if you met somebody from Africa, you always had this feeling like they was feeling like they was better than you. Because they have a better education system. They have a real education system. They're taught from when they're younger that like when African children are in school, they're taught that there's a place called America, like on the other side of the world, where there's a group of brown people that are labeled as African Americans, and they're not from here. And they're taught that as children. So that's why a lot of Africans, when they come to America, think they can talk to us however the fuck they want to. Because they was taught the truth. We're from right here.
Yeah, we're definitely up to this one.
And we are the only people on the entire planet. We are the only people on the entire planet that doesn't know our language. We don't know our history. We don't know our God. We don't know what language we speak. Like none of that shit. Like, look at the Chinese person. Even if they was born and raised in America, Chinese people have a language. Look at Italian people. Italians have a language. They speak Italian. Fucking Japanese, they speak Japanese. Fucking Spanish speak Spanish.
And guess, guess who gave them all that shit?
So us.
Exactly. So that's all our
We
shit.
created civilization. We are the only people on the entire planet that doesn't know our language. As soon as they saw how dope we was, they went out of their way to make sure we never found out.
Right. But I don't want to get stuck on this topic, you guys. Let's keep moving forward through these videos.
Let's go.
You could say the N-word? I feel like I can say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I wish there was some black dudes in there. There are. We're only right there.
That room should have got shaken at that exact same moment. And this is exactly why folks are staying in the house and minding their black ass business. And that's why we gotta go back to just backhanding folks the moment that they open up their mouth. He did that solely to insert dominance. That's it. He did that only to show dominance. That no matter what, you guys are not going to do nothing to me because you're not ish. And that is exactly why we have the disconnect right now, because there are definitely people out there who want to go out their way and simply show disrespect. And the moment that you start putting your hands on them, all of a sudden they're a victim for it. And the fact that he said, where's any black men? So he can try to show dominance is even 10 times more crazy. Black men don't support none of this. Don't support none of this behavior. And Cleo was the one coming at Ice Spice about colorism. And I'm surprised she didn't say nothing either, but it is what it is.
No black motherfucker, no black man could give a universal pass to anybody of any other race. If you want this nigga to say nigga around you, that's cool, but you can't give him permission to say nigga around anybody else other than you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Outside of that, at the same time, these motherfuckers complaining about black people not support them with they border immigration shit. You know what I mean? And then they want to say nigga in the same breath. They don't respect niggas. You know what I mean? They don't respect black people. You know what I mean? They just use them when it's convenient. You know what I mean? And they got this entitlement. You know, everybody feel like black people owe. We don't owe y'all niggas shit.
We already gave
owe
y'all everything. Now, y'all already came and took everything from us, and left and went back when like nothing happened.
Every motherfucker,
every step of the way.
All these motherfuckers benefited from black motherfuckers being shitted on. Exactly. All of these other races benefited from black people being shitted on. I don't give a fuck if you was in the trenches with these niggas. You can't go over to somebody else's hood and call a nigga a nigga. You could let's say it to them packing niggas that said it's cool with you. Them niggas don't got to take it over nothing.
People are saying just because they have a black family member, or they was adopted by a black family, raised by a black family, grew up with people in the neighborhood that are
if that's
from
the case,
that culture, so they feel like, we should be able to say it, but I don't agree.
If that's the case, then they should be able to respect niggas enough to not want to say it. Because there's shit that happened behind them words. You know what I mean? We could turn this shit around and make it into something else with each other. Y'all can't do that because y'all did that against us to shit on us. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's the same way how women can call each other, the B word, but ain't no man going to do it. Even if you're playing, I don't care if you're gay, none of that. It's not the same.
And on top of that, to make one more point, then I'm done with that. To make one more point, there's a bunch of niggas who aren't decided on if we should use the word or not. So if the niggas ain't even decided, why the fuck is y'all niggas trying to get the fuck up out of the motherfucking conversation? Sit the fuck down, bitch ass nigga.
Amen. Yo, check it out. I think you guys might find this interesting. So I'm the baby, right? Out of my siblings, and my older brother took it upon himself to not use the word nigga 5 years ago.
That's cool.
And he's black, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no, but he said nigga every day, every sentence. And he was like, I'm not using that word no more.
Well, that's gross.
If black people themselves are moving away from it, what's going on in your mind that got you thinking it's cool? Now, before I get closed-minded, I'm from the East Coast, and I'm the same, and I grew up with Puerto Ricans, and everything that was happening in the Puerto Rican household and in my projects and all around me was happening in my household. Mm-hmm. And I saw I saw Puerto Ricans call each other nigga, not even black people. I saw Puerto Ricans call each other nigga. And basically it boils down to the point that y'all made before. The whole world is copying us and everything that we do. So at some point, when are we going to take accountability for what's going on? I mean, we know that we created civilization. We know that we are the most copied and the most hunted. Let's talk about that. We are the most hunted, and
We're
we are
gonna
the
have to
most
talk
copied.
about something else.
But yeah, I'm not trying to stray from the topic.
Right. I don't want to keep,
I just
I just want to do some quick reactions and, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah,
know
that-
we can go on and on.
Show that black fathers are the most present in their kids' lives.
Really?
Amongst all demographics. Wow. On top of that, single fathers have a higher graduation rate and lower incarceration rate than single moms and dual family households combined. That is a fact. So if you were raised in a house, so you know.
So then with those stats really being relevant now, where is this myth still continuing to come from, you think?
Narratives. Think about it, right? We all watch TV. Everything that we consume comes from either through a phone, TV, or film, right? There are people who have agendas, right? And part of that agenda is creating a separation between men and women in our communities. It's always been that way. It is a fact. We can't act like it's not the case. It is the case. The easiest way to disturb the distribution of black wealth from generation to generation is to eliminate the nuclear family. How do you eliminate the nuclear family? You take the father out the home. So if you want to show a race of people, right, who are dysfunctional, you constantly show them on TV in one way.
Yeah.
That's true.
Definitely true.
I always said that the black people that's out there is not the black people that they show on television. Like the majority is not the shit you see on television. That's the minority. That's what I always show.
Be careful with people who come from dysfunctional families. Let me explain why. First of all, they love hard but keep one foot out the door. Survival taught them to always have an escape plan. Second of all, they might over-explain things now because in the past they didn't feel heard or paid attention to, or they just may shut down completely. Third of all, they might find it hard to trust people, not because they think you're gonna cause them pain, but because pain was a common thing in their life. Fourth of all, apologizing in their family was rare. Love had conditions, and a silent treatment was used as a weapon for control. Fifth of all, sometimes they confuse chaos for connection and peace for boredom, and that's because dysfunction was normal for them. Sixth of all, they may subconsciously shut down, sabotage, or run when things are going too good, and that's because they expect the worst to happen. Good things never lasted in their dysfunctional household. Eighth of all, they grew up learning how to read a room before they even knew how to read a book. And last but not least, ninth of all, sometimes they low-key crave validation. Deep down, they be wanting somebody to clap for them, but they act like they don't need nobody or no validation. And this is because they had to learn how to be self-motivated and self-validated since childhood. They use their pride as protection to keep their feelings from getting hurt when nobody acknowledged them. Hey, all I'm gonna say is, if you still healing or deal with somebody that's still healing from a dysfunctional family, be patient with yourself or be patient with them, especially if they try to open up to you about it. It takes a lot to have open wounds and still trying to heal in front of people that see your wounds, and also for people that still healing from dysfunctional families. You gotta understand, a messed up childhood shouldn't make you a messed up adult. Face those traumas, make peace with what happened so you can move forward in life, so you can love the things that you have now. I love y'all. Y'all gonna get through this.
Yeah, most people from dysfunctional families to some degree. You know what I mean?
Be careful with people who come from dysfunction.
Yeah, to some degree.
Right.
You can tell who the high conflict party is when the one who has the ball in their court is still attempting to settle with the parent who filed nothing isn't in compliance and has no argument, not even a weak argument, but no argument at all. And yet the other party, who can really have it all if they wanted to, is saying, hey, let's have a discussion. Let's talk this through. Let me validate your feelings if it makes us get to the end faster. But when you still want to play the fuck around and find out game, install, and you set up time to have a conversation, and then you're texting saying, I don't see why we need to have a conversation because I don't trust that this conversation is going to be productive. When you said you would have a conversation, you can just tell who's high conflict. And all that time you're wasting trying to feed your ego, and you have no one in your corner telling you stand down, settle, because it's not going to turn out the way you want it if you don't. May the best party win.
I couldn't hear a word you said.
She was talking low.
Oh yeah, I was trying to move on from that video because I couldn't locate all the parts, so fuck it.
A man-eater is the evil twin of a free spirit. They want a lot of the same things just for different reasons. Let me school you. Both of them are straight up about what they want out of a man. They are who they say they are, and they want what they want. But the key difference is the free spirit actually wants you to enjoy yourself. She wants you to have a good time. But the man-eater, she don't care about none of that. She don't care if you're having a good time or not. Give her what she came for. Both of them enjoy reciprocity. They understand the necessity of give and take. However, the free spirit, she'll go over and above for you just because she feels like it. She'll mess around and give you much more than you ever asked for. But the man-eater, that's not in her DNA. The man-eater is doing just enough to complete the transaction. Remember, she wants what she came for. And both of them will allow you to go as far as you're willing to go as long as they're getting what they want out of you. The problem is the free spirit is going to be ready to leave as soon as the vibe ain't right. And the man-eater is going to leave because their last transaction ain't hit like it was supposed to. Low-key, both of them are kind of strict because you ain't got too many times to mess up with either one of them. The free spirit going to protect her energy and the man-eater going to protect her self-interest. So fellas, the best advice I can give you is to protect your peace.
I agree. Shit.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
it is what it is.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, it's not much to talk about it. He just broke down two versions: a free spirit and a man eater.
Yeah, but what if the man eater is moving like that because they never had a free spirit with them before? And so when the free spirit stepped into their life, they didn't know what to do.
I don't know. A man
There's
eater
a
is a
lot to
man
unpack.
eater. I don't think she care if they free spirited or anything like that.
Well, let me tell you something about a man eater, because that's all I fucked with in my life. Let me tell you something about a man.
Yo, we is not busy get into no personal lives on here. We is not doing that one.
Okay, well, we'll do it from a philosophical perspective. What makes one a man eater?
Well, see, he just pretty much
They
said,
were
like,
in love before.
only care about transactions. That's
Yo, listen, let me break it down. Let me down. I'm gonna leave my personal life out of this. And I'm gonna
Thank
talk to you
you.
guys from a philosophical perspective.
I really want to get through these videos.
Check it out though. I'll be quick.
Okay.
What makes one a man eater? From listen, I'm leaving myself out of this. What makes one a man eater? They wasn't born like that. Something happened to them in their life that turned them into that.
Exactly.
So with taking that in, we're taking that in, I realized, wait a second, they was in love. A man eater was in love before and got their heart shattered into 1,000 pieces and took it upon themselves to say, you know what? That shit hurt so much. I'm not going through that again. So any man that I meet, whether he's sexy, whether he's not, whether he's tall, whether he's short, whether he has money, whether he's broke, I'm gonna treat them all the
Nah,
same.
not whether he's
Because
broke, because it's transactional.
listen, a man eater will show you love, fake love, from the door. So you open, so a man opens up to them, and once that man opens up, they eat him alive.
Yeah. And so they're a man eater.
And that's why, like you said,
I mean, that's
everybody's protecting.
Right. It's like
eat him alive. They eat him
Right.
alive. But what the point that I'm trying to make is they wasn't born like that.
You're right. They weren't.
Something happened to them.
Look, some motherfuckers was born with a chromosome out of their fucking brain that make them a sociopath or something sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Some people
yeah,
that-
yeah, something happened.
You know what I mean?
They wasn't born like that. I know it, you know, it sounds like I have a big heart, but I mean I really don't have a big heart anymore because it's shit. But I'm leaving myself out of this. It's like let's not judge people where they are right now.
You ain't gotta judge
Let's
people. You ain't gotta fuck with them though.
Yeah, exactly. Like let's look at
You ain't gotta fuck with them. If you somewhere else, you ain't gotta keep, you know, fucking up your shit to keep helping the motherfucker. Or sometimes all you could do is plant seeds. That's all you could do.
I agree.
Do what they want to
But-
do.
but-
Motherfuckers got their own choices and all of that shit. Nobody
but the point. I'm sorry, my brother.
Like nobody need to be babysitting motherfuckers all the time. Like sometimes they got to deal with shit themselves. Like most of the time, that shit that's holding people back is their motherfucking selves. That's the shit that's holding them. It's nobody else outside of themselves that's holding them back. You know what I mean?
agree.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
I ain't saying there ain't obstacles, but shit, you could get past anything. Nigga, like for real. And if you can't, then you know what I mean. People that you either could give up or you could fight. You know what I mean? If you're gonna fight, then push through that shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because people
Agreed.
don't care about your story. There's a million stories out there, and everybody got one.
Everybody.
Right.
Yeah, check it out.
Care about the story.
And not only that, everybody got a story. You got some YouTubers that will, you know, get your story and make sure everybody hear it too.
Well, check this out. I'm just sticking to a man eater, and you know, growing up, I thought that you know a man eater was a piece of shit. But when I look deeper into it, I'm like, wait a second. A man eater is a hurt person.
I mean, that's where everybody come from. You know, everybody that either on this side or that side, everything is the same. It's just different degrees.
This is somebody that's out here eating men alive through narcissism. And they haven't realized that the reason why they're hurting this good person in front of them is because of somebody that they gave their heart to before meeting a good person. So what happens is they're like, yo, oh shit.
Is this personal? Like we said we wasn't going to go personal or anything like that on the thing. Yo, that's another interview or something. We're going to have to give you your own little interview to let everything, you know, to clear the air. But we're going to jump into this next video.
I know plenty of women who say, oh, them little girls, whatever, with R. Kelly, but them parents was dropping them off over there. And some of them little girls were old enough to know what the fuck they was doing. They was in high school. They knew what they was doing. Cassie knew what the fuck was going on with Diddy. She wanted that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we see a lot of women who perpetuate culture and reinforce the shit. When I say women perpetuate rape culture, what I'm talking about specifically is, let's go back to the statement, if you ain't want to fuck.
What you spend a night for?
What you spend a night for? A lot of women agree with that statement. A lot of women will say, yeah, what the fuck she spend a night for? Like, I wouldn't have done it. I ain't spend a night at no nigga house if a nigga not, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not trying to fuck a nigga, why would I spend a night at that nigga house? I'm gonna get up and get my shit and go to fuck home. Woo woo.
Yeah.
Now, women are perpetuating this because of their experiences with it. Women are perpetuating this out of keeping themselves safe and out of being defensive and shit like that. So basically, she's saying, I will protect myself because I've been in enough situations so I know to protect myself. So you dumb as hell for not protecting yourself.
Yeah.
But in that, they end up kind of taking the accountability away from the nigga being thirsty and being indecent and end up putting the accountability on the woman, right? And it's no different. Just to make me empathize with that and understand that, right? Let's take it away from sex and put it on something else. We live in Chicago. It's a wild ass city. It's wild ass blocks. And it's wilder blocks. And it's the wildest blocks. And there's places that if a nigga get robbed, you would be like, well, why the fuck was you even over there?
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Fuck the fact that these niggas shouldn't have robbed you because you a civilian and your auntie live on this block and you was going to pick your nephew up for his birthday. Why the fuck is you on 69th and whatever the fuck you on? You get what I'm saying?
I think Roger did that to me. When I went to get the food, I told him I was on 8th and Ashley. He was like, nigga, what?
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you should be able to go where you want to go to handle your business if you a fucking civilian. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't out here bothering nobody. But it's like, because we had so many bad experiences with niggas being niggas, we kind of on the side of like, nigga, you tweaked. Like, we not even pointing out the fact that these niggas bogus. It's like, no, you bogus for even being over there. So you blaming the victim at the end of the day. And I think that because Chicago culture and violence is so common and normalized to us, we end up blaming victims at times. Because rape culture is so normalized and common to us, women end up blaming other women at times. I know plenty of women who say, oh, them little girls, whatever with R. Kelly, but them parents was dropping them off over there. And some of them little girls were old enough to know what the fuck they was doing. They was in high school. They knew what they was doing. Cassie knew what the fuck was going on with Diddy. She wanted that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we see a lot of women who perpetuate culture.
That nigga started repeating this shit. Yeah, I think like with anything, there's duality. You know what I mean? There's both of that on each side. There's women who's faking this funk. You know what I mean? And there's men. There's a lot of motherfuckers. I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of them rich motherfuckers probably do be on that shit, and they think they could get away with that shit. And then why would you have to pull out all these disclosure sheets if you wasn't doing a weird fucking shit? You know what I mean? Niggas can't waking up and not knowing what the fuck that be happening to motherfuckers. You know what I mean? You got all this weird, and sometimes you could think you signed up for something, but then get bait and switched, and it's something totally different. So a lot of motherfuckers is trying to make excuses for whoever the fuck they like in the industry. You know what I mean? Anybody who is doing some wrong needs to pay, whether it's motherfuckers lying on some shit or the motherfuckers really doing that fucking dirt. That shit needs to get cleaned the fuck out.
Yeah,
right. There's no room for that shit. Too many motherfuckers is dying and getting hurt and lives ruined from that shit. That's what some motherfuckers to be greedy and stingy and selfish and try to control some shit that they don't got no real love for.
Right.
No, that shit need to be done.
Right. You know, I ain't got no comment on that shit. That shit's foul. So.
The definition of anger, I like this. The definition of anger is an emotional punishment you give yourself for somebody else's behavior.
I don't know if they cut them off. You know what I mean?
Right. It's cool. Talking about we punish ourselves for what other people do, I believe. Something like that.
Maybe. If that's what he's saying, that may be true, in a sense. Sometimes it might be even subconscious.
Right.
Hard on ourselves. This life shit didn't come with a manual. And we also don't have the ability to control other people's actions. So the best we can do is You know, let a sister know you there for 'em. Let a brother know you there for them. What they do with that information is on them. Because I don't know if everybody's paying attention or not, but the whole world's turned to shit. And all we have is each other. So if you're dealing with somebody that can't see that, you gotta cut ties.
I agree.
Yep.
And some people got to put their peace first.
It's not an easy thing to do. I know we're not, going into our personal stuff on this panel, but it hasn't been easy for me at all. And I know I fight 24 hours a day for my brothers and my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't meet me halfway.
Believe it, man.
Okay, so did you know that in Washington State it is illegal to hunt or shoot a Bigfoot?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, pull that up.
Yeah, you can't kill that.
Now, why would that be illegal if it didn't exist?
Capone not woke.
Why is Bigfoot listed in Yellowstone National Park's list of animals?
Because it's real.
I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. If you look at Massachusetts and you look at the whole East Coast, I'm talking about after New York, yo. The Bigfoot is between Maine and Canada. And we've seen this motherfucker. It wasn't a bear. It wasn't listen. And it stays out the way and it stays away from everybody. And it's big as hell. And it's like, it just be chilling. It just walks around and like tears shit up. It'll like knock down a couple of trees while it's walking. And they're like, yo, this a bear can't knock down a tree. This shit motherfucker just knocked down a tree and people have been filming it. And every video of the Bigfoot that they put out, those people that put those videos out are missing.
That's funny. There'll always be sightings about Bigfoot up in Canada.
Maine.
You know what I mean?
Maine.
Always
Maine.
up in Canada.
Right. In New England. Where I'm from. We've seen them.
Was it spelled wrong on there? It didn't say it's like hunt them. It said it's illegal to hunt them.
Like H-A-U-N-T. Yeah, it did say that. Hey,
it's illegal. Yo, listen, they are the most untouched things on this planet. And the funny part is they only exist where I'm from. They're not in Canada. They're not in any other continent in the world. They're not in the Middle East. They're not in Africa. They're not in South America.
They be seeing them in Canada. They be seeing them in a lot of different places.
Yo, they're only. Listen, they only.
I'm not gonna subjugate Bigfoot to the small state. You know what I mean?
Yo, Doug. I'm from there.
Everybody do their own research. Use your discernment. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. Same thing. The Bigfoot evolves when it heads towards Alaska from New England. New England is Connecticut, Vermont, Massachusetts, and Maine. And Maine is how you get to Canada. After it crosses that border, it goes up into it goes through Canada, and it gets white fur. And they call them Wendigos. And Wendigos goes back to my people. Native Americans. They have to fucking they have to take souls and stuff, and they can't survive without taking other people's souls and killing people.
I'm trying to tell them how to cook.
Peace and love, my brothers.
Right, let's move on to the next video.
I can't wait.
Do you have any science to back up your opinion?
The best data are autopsies. So in the largest autopsy series published to date, I know because I'm the senior author, of all the deaths we examined, and we re-reviewed them. We had an adjudication committee. We had ways of arbitration deciding on did the vaccine cause death. The answer is, of these cases that came in for autopsy after vaccination, 73.9% of individuals, it was determined that the vaccine was the cause of death. First author is Holscher and colleagues. He's sitting right behind me.
That's a shame and not surprising at all. And
Yeah,
that's
I
why
already knew that, already felt it. You know, they push that thing so fast. Usually it take years and years and years. But even besides that, they be pushing bullshit to the motherfuckers anyway. You know, the shit that they be giving them is bullshit anyway.
And it's
Well,
a
that's
shame.
it.
Yeah, I
I'm sorry.
appreciate the videos. Like, moving on.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Go ahead. I got something to say about this, but I'm gonna wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Who was next?
It's a
Go
shame.
ahead, new Nina.
They was
Yeah,
like
she
making people.
was in the middle of talking. And I interrupted her.
Oh, it's okay. It's no problem. But I was just saying that it's a shame how they were like firing everybody who didn't get the vaccine and all that. And now
Number
to
one.
find out that it's killing people. Like when I was in nursing, a lot of when I literally quit a job because they started saying that if you don't get the vaccine, you can't work there no more. And
Yep.
I'm like, how many people got it just because they thought that they had no choice, and now they literally could have killed you.
Right.
Well, I actually have answers for you, honey. You see, I know how viruses work and what they are. For example, for example, when we was younger, like you can't cure a virus unless the virus is in it. So like when people was getting the flu vaccine, you have to have the flu in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's called a live
And
vaccine.
not everybody's body is the same. Not everybody's immune system is the same. But they thought it was okay because, you know, they came up with a vaccine for the flu and they gave it to somebody and their flu was gone. So they just told themselves it worked for everybody and shit. And that's not the case because all our bodies are different. And so when it came down to the COVID thing, they wanted everybody
Let's
to get the
not try to
vaccine.
use that word on here because I don't want my,
Okay, I got you.
just say
I'll
hot
do you
shot
one
or
better.
some shit like that. You
I
feel
got
me?
you.
Like,
Yeah, I got you. I'll do you one better.
let's
Check
make
this
this
out.
quick because I don't want to stay on this topic too long. You feel me? It's hot.
Yes, I'll make it very quick.
Are they gonna play black music so I know there's a black person starring in it?
I don't know this is a show about black people until I hear hip hop. Yeah, what's going on?
Y'all do this racist bullshit every single time when there's a minority movie that comes out about a comic book, especially when it's majority black people in it. But wait, there's more.
You could tell when she said stepdad that it was gonna be about black people.
So, to your logic, only black people have stepdads, and that's how you knew it was going to be about black people. You sound stupid as fuck, but let's continue.
What would her Jarvis be called? Jemima?
Jarvisqua. I already said Jarvisqua.
Jaquisha? I think go with Shanae.
Joanna Man.
Joanna Man. Joanna Iron Man. Joanna Iron Man.
So now y'all want to call her two characters that was played by men and want to call her every name that y'all perceive as ghetto. This was very disgusting for Nerdrotic Daily to do over on YouTube, and this is what you call microaggressions and racism all wrapped into one big package and put it in your face. Honestly, I'm not surprised at all, and what I notice is y'all do this every single time when Ryan Coogler's name is attached to something. Y'all hate on that man Project so bad, but he always delivers in the box office where it counts. And then I'm trying to understand how you talking so much shit about something that haven't even dropped yet. Y'all made this 9 days ago. That doesn't make any sense. And then it's one thing to give your opinion, and then that's another thing being blatantly racist. But yeah, I've seen all 3 episodes and I like it, and I'm gonna keep watching it. I don't care what y'all say. And when Ryan Coogler's name is attached to it, I'm gonna always watch. But how y'all feel about all this? And have y'all seen Ironheart yet? Let me know down in the comments.
So I actually watched it. and it's awesome. I love it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yes, yes, I
So
do. What's beautiful is that I have never watched it. That I read the comic books and I own them.
That's cool.
I
that's what's
never
up.
watched
Anybody?
it. So I would love to hear like your take on what you got from it. And I want to know, and I know I have to see it for myself because I read the comic books. I know who she is, what she is, and all of that. And I
All
know
I
that
can
things
say
can
is
change.
this: it's a must watch. You know what I'm saying? Tune into it. I'm not gonna give out any you
Yo, would you
know,
like to hear?
sneak
Would you like to
peeks
hear?
or anything
Would
like
you like to
that. Just
hear?
go and check it out.
Yo, y'all hear all that? You hear that? Can you guys hear all those?
What's that?
Can you guys hear all that?
What is it?
All those booms?
Are they fireworks?
No.
Oh, well, that sucks. You need to get in the house.
That
Oh, no, I
part.
don't. No, I don't. That shit's happening because I'm outside. The Ironheart thing. The reason why that I got so excited when you mentioned that, honey, is that I read the books before they put it to film, and I hear what you're saying as well, and I heard everything you're saying. It's like, Chris, if you haven't seen it before, I don't want to spoil it for you. Thank you for not spoiling it. But
You're
tied
welcome.
into the video that you just had us listen to and connecting it with the Ironheart thing that I know from the comic books, there's no connection.
Yeah, because that was just somebody giving their opinion, and they just was pissed off because it's black people instead of, you know.
Right. And this is
But,
his version. You feel me?
yeah, definitely. I swear to God, I feel you. And I also think that he made it clear at the end of his video the whole Ironheart thing had nothing to do with that. And he also said that he's going to continue to follow these motherfuckers that said some racist shit that he didn't like.
No, he said he's going to continue watching the series and anything that the guy who made the series is a part of because he's a good director and everything.
Yeah, but the people that was involved in the video that he posted have nothing to do with the Ironheart series.
Yeah, exactly. So he's saying that what they were saying about the Earnhardt series was not true. It was like racist because they were only criticizing it because it was made with black people in it.
I don't think they was talking about the Ironheart series at all.
Yeah, they're
I
talking
think
about.
they were just talking. They was talking about they talking about something else.
Oh, okay.
What?
I ain't gonna keep telling them. Stop playing with me. Damn, feel me?
Few moments later.
Oh, wait, it's the trigger.
His ankle came off. What the hell?
So I cut that video short because I didn't watch it all the way through and I didn't know it was so graphic and stuff like that. So I cut it short. This guy actually shoplifted some sunglasses from the mall out there in Houston. And I believe it's in Houston. And instead of just running away, he jumped. You seen he
Oh, yeah. He did that.
messed up his legs.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's a shame. Ain't
I'm
nothing in
like,
this world worth that.
yo, I'm stunned at the part where he on his phone, like, yo, like, man.
Yeah, I
man,
don't
that shit
know.
is
These niggas is wilding out.
yeah, that ain't worth it.
Right.
And then
And
it's
then
crazy.
like,
It's grown ups. Like this is who kids got to look up to. Like,
Yep.
that part. But I wanted to clear up something about that last video that was about Ironheart, the series they got out with the black female being, Ironheart. So she's basically the female Iron Man. And they was talking about how these that certain channel was doing a whole lot of, remarks that wasn't kind, and they was racist, and everybody
Well,
have their opinion and stuff, but we know the real.
no.
So
I mean, like, I'm gonna make sure that I leave my opinion completely out of this. I'm gonna make sure I leave my opinion completely out of this.
right, we're not trying to go into detail about
And-
how the
no.
comic book.
Listen. Let me tell you what happened. It wasn't
Wait.
Ironheart.
Wait.
The new Iron Man.
Wait. I
I'm
don't want to
waiting.
go in. I don't want to go into what was Ironheart and stuff like that. I watched this series first, and then we'll do a whole thing about it to where you can break down the comic book that you read and what they're producing on TV now. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a better comparison.
Can I say one thing before we move on? Can I just say one thing before we move on?
okay.
When we was little, people used to go to the comic book store, we read comic books and all that kind of shit. So we're not all the way caught up on what's happening at the comic book store and what's going on inside the comic books right now. What's going on in comics right now, 3-4 years ago, Iron Man became a black woman. It wasn't Ironheart. It was the new Iron Man in comics. And the only people
I
that know that are the
understand
people
that.
that read comics.
I understand that,
So-
and we all know
No,
that. It's just that
We already knew that.
we're-
We ain't name it Ironheart. You know what we already knew that there was gonna be a black woman Iron Man. They named it Ironheart. We ain't name it Ironheart.
And I feel and I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying, baby. And
They ain't got
I'm
nothing to do.
not gonna say anything else about it until you wanna do a whole thing about it. Because I got all the
Right.
information in my head.
Right. Well, you know,
and how it ended up being a black woman.
All right, so that's good that we got a whole nother show that we're going to talk about. So that's good.
Exactly. We're gonna put that together.
It's gonna be dope.
Subscribe so that y'all.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be so. It's gonna be so dope.
Right. So
It's gonna be
you
so
guys,
dope.
Christopher.
Yes, ma'am. You like how I call you, ma'am?
No, we are moving on. That was the last video, you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're gonna get everything right next time. And if we don't, hey, all you know is we trying, and we're gonna keep trying, and we're gonna keep pushing, and we're gonna keep expressing ourselves and bringing good content to you. And hopefully, you guys subscribe, join the chat, hit the comments, share the video, check out the panelist pages. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. High
Let's go.
Confessions.
Thank you for helping me. Thank you for allowing me to be on High Confessions.